Hey viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. This is episode 25. So, we are about to head into another class trial here. Sakura is dead. You remember, of course, we did the investigation in the last episode. Oh man, this is an interesting one. It's quite cryptic actually. I'm not 100% sure, but I have some thoughts, and obviously I've been, between episodes I've gone away, reviewed the footage to see if there's anything else I picked up on that maybe I didn't quite perhaps pick up on first time round. So basically, you remember, of course, Sakura Agami is the victim. Time of death estimated to be around 12 noon. Body in the rec room on the 3rd floor, of course. Now, it says evidence of the strong blow to the victim's head, but what we actually now know is, according to Kyoko's testimony, is that there are actually 2 blows to the head. No other injuries other than that, but it seems that at some point Sakura was vomiting blood, quite violently as well, it says there, which would suggest, based on some of the other evidence, that she's been poisoned. So, rec room door, this is what makes this particularly odd. The fact that the door had been kind of jammed by having a chair shoved against it from the inside. Now, Kyoko was quite emphatic when we found this whole situation, when we found this scene, that the rec room door doesn't have a lock, and there's no real way that someone could have actually perhaps moved that chair behind the door as they were leaving the scene, which is really weird, and it raises the possibility that maybe Sakura herself actually put that chair there. But why would she do that, assuming it was? And this is, I mentioned this in the last episode, but this is where my thoughts about this could actually potentially be a suicide here. I don't know, because the thing is, also, you've got to remember is that there's a lot of evidences of poisoning, because we went to the chem lab and all that. We found also that, there was that strange powder from one of those poison bottles on the floor of the chem lab, and Sakura actually had some of that powder, or a powder at least, on the instep of her shoe. So a possible suggestion is that she's been up to the chem lab at some point and she's picked up a poison. Now either she's done that knowingly or someone could have switched it round, I'm not sure which. But obviously it gives rise to the possibility, like I say, that whilst this could be a murder, it could also be perhaps a suicide. It's just the whole thing with the chair up against the inside of the door and how nobody other than Sakura in theory could have done that, which leads me possibly to that suicide theory. Though I can't really say for certain whether that's true. But yeah. But speaking of the powder on the chem lab floor though, there is something a bit weird about that. Byakuya, down here, did he say it in this account? No, he doesn't say it in this account, but which one was it? Was it... Yeah, no, not that one. It was the chem lab source of the powder. Here we are. Yes. Like I said, the powder across the chem lab floor. But Byakuya said that he was up in the chem lab earlier, before the body was discovered, and it wasn't there before. Which actually raises the possibility that someone has been there after everything went down. Which is making me wonder why. Why did they do that? It's a bit odd. Were they trying to hide something? It's all a bit weird, this one. And I think something will come out in the trial here. There's also these footprints in the powder. Appeared near the leftmost section of the shelf, which if I remember correctly, is section A, wasn't it? The supplement section? Because section B has obviously the reagent, section C contains the poisons. And obviously a bottle of poison that had been labelled section C had been placed in the section A shelf, which is all a bit strange. Yeah. Now, funny thing is, I was having some thoughts just before going in to this episode about maybe who could be suspicious here, because obviously, somebody smashed at least 1 or 2 bottles over Sakura's head. But obviously that's possibly not the thing that's killed her. Plus we also have that candy wrapper, which, where is it? Polka dot candy wrapper, yes. Aoi purportedly gave to Sakura, or I think she gave a piece of candy, which had this type of wrapper. And she says she monopolised it as soon as it became available, so obtaining a piece would have been difficult for anyone else. But Hero where is it? The pocket trash. He apparently had something very similar to this, which suggests that if the only person Aoi gave any of those candies to was Sakura, it suggests that Sakura at some point may have given one to him, or he may have taken one from her, which possibly may contradict what he was saying, that he never went to the rec room. Because that's the thing, there's evidence coming out that Sakura sent notes to Byakuya, Toko and Hiro to meet her in the rec room in this morning, this in-game morning that is. And of course they're all refusing and saying, well, not refusing, what's the word I'm looking for, contradicting. Well, they're all saying that they got the note, but they're saying that none of them actually went there to see her. But this would suggest that Hiro, at least, was lying. So why? Why would he lie about that? It's possible, obviously, there was also the locker as well, wasn't there? Where's that at? Locker handprint. So this was found inside the rec room's open locker. But Kyoko says it was open before the rec room itself was opened. So there's no way someone was actually hiding in there before our arrival, before we actually discovered the body, which is very bizarre. Also, between episodes I was just thinking about the body announcement system. You know, how one of Monokuma's rules is that apparently the body discovery announcement plays, does it not? What is it? When 3 or more students have discovered the body. And I was just wondering about that, because among, you know, if there's a minimum of 3 students who have to discover the body before that announcement plays, does that, or does that not, also include the murderer? And I have a suspicion that maybe it doesn't, because I'm casting my mind back here to the second trial, the one where Chihiro was murdered, and I'm just thinking to myself, obviously Mondo there was the murderer, so he obviously knew about the body because he was the one who killed Chihiro. Now obviously there was Byakuya, the first student who discovered it, because he actually saw Mondo moving the body, I think, if I remember correctly. And then later there was me, we're in Byakuya's company, so that's 2, because obviously Byakuya took me to the girls' locker room because he'd strung, you know, the body up there. And then Kiyotaka appeared, and that's when the body announcement for that case played. So 3 students other than the murderer who discovered it. So obviously, if the murderer was being counted as a student there, it would have gone off after I'd, you know, the moment I'd gone into the room and seen the body, but it didn't. It only went off after Kiyotaka went in that case. Which suggests that the murderer is not counted among the 3 or more who have to discover the body before the announcement's played. So I'm just wondering, does that perhaps slim down our list of suspects here? Or potential suspects, rather, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken correctly, from my memory, the body discovery announcement for Sakura played after myself, Kyoko and Aoi had found it. Which would... unless someone... I don't know, actually. Unless someone had seen it before Aoi came to us, but... I don't know. Alright, it's time to stop stalling. Let's get in there. God, I probably spent about 10 minutes just yammering away about my thoughts there. I'm sorry, everybody. I'll start pushing it forward. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another. God. Oh man, it's weird to see so fewer and fewer students each time. And then... the ultimate martial artist! Emoji face. A locked room murder mystery! Yeah, he's giving all the emojis all of a sudden.
What?
Yeah, what the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Alright, sorry, I was using the wrong word. Not emojis, emoticons. You see how much of an internet noob I am. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example... you're at a picnic and you find a dead body! XD! Oh dear. This is just plain creepy.
Well?
And how about the reverse?
Phew.
No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes, indeed.
For example... do you have 100 friends? Teary face. What? He's right. That does make it seem sad. It's not the most important thing here, mate.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. I don't really know what any of those emoticons mean. I'm a noob when it comes to emojis, emoticons, all that sort of thing. I'm not that hip and with the kids, you know. Oh god, right, I need to do your high-pitched voice. Oh, what the hell is that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. After today, you call me a murderer.
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt, one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura, is one of us. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet, someone killed her. Oh boy. And that person is here? That person is one of us? Yes, Big Mac, it is. Let's just head down. I'd go left to right with all the people and see if they had anything to say, but they usually don't, so there's probably no point. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. Made my way toward the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. Oh boy. We watched the doors close, and felt it begin its sinister descent. Down you go! The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. Just sipping my tea. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always... Ding dong! The ride was over. The doors opened once again. Oh boy. It's gone for an ancient Egyptian kind of decor here. I like how it changes each trial. So just the 6 of you, huh? Really?
This is kind of depressing.
That's so few! You must be so lonely! You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or... will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. Oh god, my voice broke a little bit then. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defence, a deadly faith. He does this every time, doesn't he? A deadly class trial. Let's do it. Do you want to save the data? Yes. Put it in slot 16, please. There we are. Okay, I'll just have one quick look over my truth bullets again. So, Monokuma file, blah blah blah. Yes, vomiting, all that. Rec room door with a chair jammed up against it. Lock room scenario, but we're not really sure how that could have happened. Dead seat in a chair, slumping forward. Interesting posture as well. It's a posture that suggests that at the time of death there was no kind of struggle, which is a bit interesting. Kind of... I don't know. I'm just trying to think about that in light of the fact she's been struck with bottles, presumably, based on the evidence so far. Magazine shelf bloodstain, yeah, presumed to be Sakura's blood. So far away from where the victim was found, yeah, it was before the magazine rack, which is what would suggest the bottles didn't kill her. Well, at least to me, that's what it suggests. I don't think it's definitive proof, but... yeah, pocket candy wrapper, glass shards on the floor from the bottle, or the bottles rather, because based on that weighing scales experiment Kyoko did, it would suggest that obviously it was 2 bottles. Yes, and figure that comes from within one of the bottles at least. That's the thing, there's one of these missing, which is a bit weird. Yes, because 2 bottles gone. Now this empty protein drink, yeah, this is presumably something that Sakura would have been drinking, because she was very much into protein coffees. And the interesting about this is that it was, well, there were glass shards under it. Glass shards from the rec room door window. Which is a bit weird, because it suggests that someone's put that there whilst we were all distracted. I'm just wondering who could have done that. That's the thing. You see, I'm wondering, could Aoi have done that? I'm not sure. Because I was just thinking about that scene before. Me and Kyoko were looking at, obviously, Sakura's body, and it had that shot where she was in the background in the door. She could have done that whilst we weren't looking, whilst no one else was there. You never know. Or someone else could have put it there. Because Byakuya is saying he's been up in the chem lab. Has he been switching chemicals around or something? I don't know. Like a handprint, someone obviously was hiding in there. I wonder. Someone hiding in there maybe... Oh, I don't know. I'm really not sure about that. Obviously everyone's claiming they didn't go to see her, but Pocket Trash suggests Hero is at least is lying. Yellow powder on the instep of the soul. Yeah. Okay. The magazine dying message. Someone's written Toko in blood. Why? Why is that? It's very bizarre. Who's done that? Is that Sakura who's done that, or is that someone else? I'm really not sure. There are possibilities in my head, but I can't really draw a definitive conclusion here. I think I'm just going to have to rely on what comes up during the actual trial. Okay, let's just go through my skills. I've got a few here. Lost in Thought increases the time limit for each phase, effective during the class trial. That's 3 SP. Steadies your aim a little, effective during the non-stop debate and the Hangman's Gambit. So I've got 2 skills there that I could choose, or one of them I could choose at least. Okay, right, it's just them 2. Right. Should we increase the time limit? That's going to cost 3, that's only going to cost 2. I may put this one on. There we go, yeah. I don't have enough skill points to activate the other one, though. Let's do it. Okay, finish prep. Trial begin. All rise. Let's do this thing.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of if you can figure out who, then I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened.
We know this.
And now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Waifu, we don't know who did it. Okay? You were doing this in the friggin' last trial. You need to stop jumping to conclusions. There's so much evidence that doesn't add up here.
Whoa! Deja vu!
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
So in other words, we don't know who killed them. We just have a suspicion that it's one of them. A vague suspicion. It's not enough to go on.
Idiot.
Yeah. Well, that's not the words I would have used, Byakuya, but, you know, you're not... Well, I mean, Aoi's being a bit brainless here, to be honest.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
You probably just heard me messing with my headset then. For a second I thought I heard my phone ringing.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
No, hang on a minute. We need to hear him out. Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer. She does. I mean, she is Sakura's best friend, so there's an emotional kind of, you know, I don't know what you call it. She's emotionally compromised. But you must have some reason for believing that. Well, yeah, I suppose. Obviously, someone's written Toko in the magazine. Things like that. There's obviously the candy wrapper. Though, would she know about that? I don't think she would. Aoi's account. Okay. I've forgotten what the account was. Shit.
It was one of you.
Okay, let's see what they all say.
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Okay. Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those 3 specifically. Well, is it the Toko written in the magazine? It might be that. Yeah.
It was one of you.
Oh, wrong button.
One of you killed Sakura.
It's been a few days
And
since I
what
last
reason do you
recorded.
have for saying so?
So I've forgotten some of the controls.
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is
Okay.
that it? That doesn't make any sense.
Okay,
That's
Hero.
the only reason you have for accusing us?
There we go, that one.
No, that's wrong.
Thought it would be. Okay, yeah, there's...
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Well, yeah, that too. Okay, yeah, that was what Aoi's account was about. For a second I had a bit of a blank moment then. I forgot what it was about.
Yeah, and that was right before she died.
Doesn't prove anything.
So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
It makes them suspicious, but it doesn't prove anything. I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. True. You know, none of them really trust her. Then does that mean one of them did it? No, not automatically. We need to hammer this out. It's probably going to be a long trial, this. Because all of the friggin' trials have been getting longer and longer with each one. Okay, pocket trash. This is what we're going to use.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
I think Hero's the one we're going to shoot at here.
Same here. I never saw her.
I never saw her. Shit, that was the wrong thing. I didn't mean to do that.
Come on. There's no way none of you went. At least one of you is lying.
Well, we know Hero's probably lying. So his is the one we have to shoot here. Yeah, there's a clear contradiction, yeah. Didn't go see Sakura. Yeah, come on.
The fact
get
that
back to that
Sakura
one.
wanted to... There's no way that one of you is
I don't deny that I never went.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
There we go. That one.
No, that's wrong.
There we go. Pretty obvious, yeah.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
Yep.
What's that got to do with anything?
red polka dots?
Yeah, candy wrapper.
That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's,
Just come clean, dude.
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
He's probably gone to meet Sakura.
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
No, just calm down a second, waifu. Let him talk.
well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
Well, hang on. When did Aoi give it to Sakura again? It was only recently, after all that shit went down with Toko.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
No. Can't be right, yeah, it can't. Because Sakura could have only gotten the candy after the incident, yeah. And the reason I know that is... that one. Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office.
I had a bit of another blank moment there.
So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
God. I'm a bit tired today. I didn't really get good sleep last night, so God knows how this trial's going to go. I'm probably going to fluff a few things up.
Damn it!
Without meaning to.
I mean, what I meant was,
...
Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
I knew it. Of course you had. You were lying.
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
Just fire it back at her.
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real culprit. I even have proof.
Are you talking about the message written in blood in the magazine?
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
It's got to be the thing in the magazine, hasn't it? What does shining message even be? Probably means a dying message.
At the scene of the crime,
Yeah.
she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
It's not enough evidence. It's nowhere near enough evidence to convict her.
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
It's because she's not beaten.
Hiro, hold on.
Thank you, Kyoko. We need you at this point.
When did you see that dying message of hers?
Ah, good question.
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime.
Ah.
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
True. Hold on. But when Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
I got it!
Yeah.
Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense!
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, that clearly God, I can't talk, contradicts what Hiro told us. Okay, time to make some more arguments. Let's do this. Okay, magazine dying message.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense!
But the room was locked, mate. He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body. But that time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
That one? No, wrong one. What's wrong, Gus?
Shoot!
I need to think about it one more time. Yeah, hang on, let me have a think about this.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
My
When
brain's a bit
Ogre's
slow.
body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Let me just think this one through. When he first found the body... Well, that time, where was the magazine? Well, it was on the shelf, wasn't it? Upside down. Or am I forgetting something?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the
Oh, that.
magazine shelf.
Get
When
that
I
one.
pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Maybe it's this one. I have to take someone's statement.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
There we go.
No, that's wrong!
Got it. Yeah. It's one of those ones where you have to listen carefully, pick out the
When
information.
Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby.
Okay, there we go. Took me a few seconds to get around to that one.
That's
but-
where Kyoko
Yeah.
found it. After we'd begun the investigation.
Yes, and it was upside
And
down.
you weren't at the murder scene. So there's no way you could have seen it then.
Exactly.
Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Did he write it, maybe?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it?
Well, because it'll help us unravel this. That's
All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
No, you need to tell us what you were doing.
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Not necessarily, no.
Yeah?
Oh my god.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
No, there's no proof that she did it. mate.
100%! Without a doubt, she wrote it! And this is me talking, so you know it's true!
Oh yes, your 30% success rate. Yes, we can totally trust that. Without a doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Okay. What do we got here? Oh, God. Oh, it's this one. Oh, shit. I hate this one. It's difficult.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
Okay. Get that?
The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
Shit. Shit.
I'm at least 30% right.
God.
The occult is bullcrap.
God, I hate this.
The end is nigh.
Oh, shit.
Show me the proof.
Shit.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
Crap, I hate this. Crap.
I'm at least 30% right.
Crap. Crap.
The
Crap.
occult is
Oh, God,
bullcrap.
I'm not doing well at this. There we go, got it. Whew.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
God. I hate it when it goes into the negatives like that, because I'm really bad at that.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Yeah, there you go.
Say what?
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Someone else, clearly.
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Okay. I doubt you're going to be the killer, though, or in any way responsible for her death. Seems too early in the trial for that to be true. There'll probably be a twist.
Ah! He admits it!
Admits what?
I figured as much.
That he was there? I thought for a second you were going to say, oh, he admits that he was responsible for the murder. I was like, no. No, she's not going to admit that.
But why would you write something like that?
Because... Because I killed her!
Oh? Okay. No, I don't think you did. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Ah, there we go then. So that's how he has the wrapper. Oh, sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape.
Right.
So of course I freaked out, and then...
Did you grab a bottle and try to smash her over the head with it? Yeah, I knew it.
I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
So you're claiming self-defense, are you? You thought you were about to be attacked. But having said that, we're not sure if this has actually killed her. It's possible the poison may have done it, so... You think you may have killed her, but we don't actually know if you did.
I hit her from behind, before she had any idea what was happening.
Oh, that's interesting. In that shot, the locker behind there is shut. Okay. That's curious, so... If Hiro's not the person who's been hiding in the locker, then who has been? Ah, I wonder. Someone else is lying, perhaps? I don't know. Who knows?
Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy.
No, I don't think he's the one who's He thinks he's killed her, but I don't think he has.
It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
God, you're insistent.
We're ready to vote now, right?
No, we're not.
We know who did it.
We are not ready to vote at all.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain.
Several things, actually, Kyoko, I think you'll find. The poison, the bottle on the glass. Yeah, not the bottle, the protein can. You know, the smash bottles. 2 smash bottles, rather. The locker.
And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is it the hero did that doesn't make sense? What would he have had to do after writing the message? It doesn't make sense. Why he didn't use Sakura's finger. Ah, yeah. Oh no. He didn't even think about that. If you didn't panic. You wouldn't have thought of that even if you didn't panic. Okay, that's the wrong one. That's not the point she was trying to make. Oops. Wrong one. I'm down to 2 hearts. That's not good. What I was trying to say is, Hero did something with the message that doesn't make sense. So what is it that he did that doesn't make sense? What, why the magazine was hidden? Maybe? Well...
I got it!
Okay, it's that one.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Well, I could have sworn that both of those top 2 could have been perfectly reasonable answers there. That's a bit of a guess, but okay, I'll go with it. I mean, I suppose, yeah, obviously, not how, you know, surely it would have made sense to have the magazine in the open, not hidden. Because obviously, you know, assuming Sakura did write it, surely she'd leave it in the open so everyone could see it.
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Ah. Are you suggesting someone else moved it?
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf.
Could have been Sakura, for all we know. Don't know, you never know. Ah, hang on a sec. I just had a thought. In that scene where Hiro was smashing the bottle over Sakura's head, was she sat down on the chair? That's interesting, because obviously there's a blood stain in front of the magazine rack. So it could be that Sakura picked the magazine up to put it back on the shelf, and was she then struck at that point with another bottle by someone else? By someone possibly hiding in the locker, maybe? Ah. It's possible. It's possible. I mean, we'll see.
In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Oh. Could have been Toko who moved it. Well, no. Well, no, Sakura's blood is in front of the... Well, presumably Sakura's blood is in front of the magazine rack, so... Sakura probably put it away, but... Maybe no, I don't know, actually. No, for a second I thought I had something, but no, I haven't. Forget what I was just saying then. Someone who wouldn't like what had been written. There's only one choice. Well, obviously Toko, but...
I got it!
I'm not sure if she was the one who put it
It had
back.
to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
True, but I don't know.
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right?
Nope.
Hiro just admitted it.
Nope.
That's right. I killed her.
Nope.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So... what do you want me to do?
Just go through it from the beginning, mate.
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but... okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Okay. Here we go. Intense music. Let's do this. Let's show these people some friggin' evidence. Okay, we've got 3 bullets here. The examination summary.
I didn't want to,
body,
but I did it.
and the yellow powder.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered, and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
No. I think we need to use Kyoko's examination summary here. To obviously show that there's, she's been hit possibly 2 times. Proves that the wound's on the head. Exactly. Kyoko's examination summary.
I didn't want to, but
I did. I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit
hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once. After the first
swing, the and
See? Hiro really is the killer!
Okay, yeah. I was just checking again. Right. I think I know
didn't
which
want
one.
to, but
I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once.
yeah, just once.
There we go. Got that one.
No, that's wrong.
You're probably all screaming at screen. General, why don't you just do it then?
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
I'm just taking my time, to make absolutely sure, that's all.
2?
Yes, 2.
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
Okay. It's rare for you to express your trust so openly on such a, tenuous thing, I'd say, but whatever.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
Well, clearly someone else has hit her
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
then. We know that because there's 2 bottles missing, and obviously because of the weighing scales experiment.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head?
Because it's not just some cuts on the head, we also have the weighing scales experiment.
She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
Yeah, 2
There's
missing.
something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right?
Yes, out of 6. 2 are missing.
And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
Behind the chair.
For
Possibly,
now,
yeah.
just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
Well, because there were 6 bottles before, that's why.
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The chess pieces. So what, we've got a pawn, we've got a rook, we've got a bishop. I'm assuming that's a king on the end there at the right. So obviously we're missing a knight, which we did find the figurine for, and by the looks of it, the queen. Correlation between the Monokuma bottles. I feel like it's starting to become clear. That connection must be... It's the object that the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding. Yes. So we found the one with the knight. It's just the one with the queen that's missing. Okay, this one. What do we got? Oh, what? Oh, chess piece, I see. Right, I need a C. Give me a C. Oh, there's a C. Gotcha. Need an E. Got that. So we need another S. P. E. Shit. I just friggin' did something a bit bad to myself then. I'm down to 2 hearts
Now I
again.
understand.
Now I understand. There he goes.
That's it. The chess pieces.
Good God, Big Mac, did it really taken you that long to spot that?
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
Jeez, no wonder at the start of the game you were like, oh yeah, I'm just average.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was
The knight.
the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
Well, clearly it's from inside the bottle and we've got one missing.
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn.
And we're missing a queen.
What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
Yes.
And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
As I've been saying so many times.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
But obviously we had that I nearly said weighing scales experiment, sorry.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Oh dear God, are you not keeping up?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah, that's irrelevant, mate. It's got nothing to do with what we're doing here.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case.
Yes, it does.
That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
Broken. Wait, then the bottle that was missing, broken. It was excited. What was that option?
The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Weighing scales experiment.
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
What was that? Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves that is... Kyoko and I figured it out for, yeah, the weighing scales thing. It's one of these. Hang on, let me find it. Bottle experiment, there we go.
I got it!
Yeah, get at him!
Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment.
Just so then, back up to 3 hearts, thank God.
We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles.
You know, based on, so far I've been a bit rocky with this one, making mistakes a bit here and there. Just wondering how I'm going to do with this closing argument, you know, the manga slide thing, because I never usually do well with that for some reason.
And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is...
2 bottles, not 1.
There was actually more than 1 bottle's worth of shattered glass.
Oh, shock and horror.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime.
Good.
But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside.
Yes.
But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
Makes sense.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Well, don't think too hard. Trying to clean up after themselves, you know, disguise the crime.
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
You're thinking away there, Makoto, with your closed eyes. There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. Must have been used by Sakura's second attacker.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
You just said the killer, but Hang on, Makoto, we don't know if the second bottle actually killed her. It may not have done.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
Oh. That expression.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack,
Oh.
but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her.
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
You've been let off the hook here, mate.
Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Oh god. Is this something worthwhile, or is this another one of your weird random things?
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
Was it just a vague hint of sarcasm there, Byakuya?
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her.
Oh?
I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
Oh. Are we getting a suggestion here about who was in the locker?
And you just now decided to share that with us?
Yes. Yes, Byakuya. Thank you for saying that.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
Ah. Like I said earlier in a previous episode, you're a dick, but I kinda like you, in spite of it.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
Locker.
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Yes.
What?
What?
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find. Locker room handprint, everybody. Oh god, another new element to the bullet time battles. Okay. What do we got? Probably been using the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose the proper the proper truth bullet to use. Select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press Q key, use the mouse. It says nor use the mouse wheel. It should say or use the mouse wheel. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you! Oh, thanks. Well, I'm only halfway. Well, I certainly knew at the start of this that this was going to be a long game, so yeah, I'm in for the long haul. Well then, good luck and have fun. Let's do it. Bullet time battle, everybody. The moment of truth. It's this thing again. Oh god, I don't like this.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you.
Shit, tempo up.
No! That's it! No!
Ah.
I admit nothing. I curse you.
Shit.
I curse you.
Ah.
It's a lie!
Soulless. Shit.
That's it!
Oh no.
It's a lie! I admit nothing.
Shit. Oh god. Final strike. There. Last shot's on the floor.
Enough!
Look at the handprint, please. Give me that. There we are. I want this one. Get it. There we go. What? No? Why?
I curse you. No!
God, I have to do it again.
That's enough!
Okay, final strike.
That's enough!
This should prove it.
Oh, there we go. For some reason it didn't do it first time. I guess I left it too long. Got it. Though,
Did
doesn't
you
matter.
know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Stressing out, you are.
Okay then, Let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
How are we looking at this handprint right now? Has someone got a picture of it? Or we actually brought the locker with us? Oh.
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Okay, so she was in the locker.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
We haven't proved anything yet.
No, I swear, there's no way!
Well, certainly not in regards to, you know, the actual cause of death.
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
No, I don't know about that yet.
Straight up again?
There's still the whole poison thing we've not talked about.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura? ...
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
Well, you could say that, mate. I think it's a little more than awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling.
Oh,
And when
God.
I turned around,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me.
That is kind of terrifying, I'll be honest.
When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Oh, genocide? Her, you mean? Oh, wow, she just sneezed like that. Oh, here's one of my favourite characters coming up.
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories.
Oh,
So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see...
nope.
Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle.
Ah,
Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
oh dear.
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Byaki, you better watch out.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Cause normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on! That's... you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre! So that's good!
That's good. Yeah, don't say that in front of Aoi. Yeah, keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote!
No, let's not start the vote. God, you are really insistent this round. Well, for sure you'd have some words for Hero on that one.
What's wrong? Come on everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this!
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
Nope. Oh, come on, Big Mac.
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
You wish you my command, darling.
Oh, God, what was that sound at the end? It's not over yet, is it? Yeah, because there's the whole thing with the poison. Come on, man. The one who killed Sakura is... We don't know. You know, it could very well be Sakura herself here. Come on.
I was just sleeping peacefully. And all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up.
No, it didn't.
I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, you didn't.
No, that's wrong.
You did it in front of the magazine rack.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
Exactly.
So, you finally noticed.
Well, I noticed. Big Mac probably didn't, you know.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf. Well, the bloodstain, yeah.
I got it!
There you go.
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Yep.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right?
I doubt. Toko's only slight. Sakura was quite big. That would be very hard for her.
All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
I know. We said the same thing in the last case about Hifumi's body.
There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
She was still alive. She made her way to the chair. And that's where the poison comes in.
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained.
I'm still thinking Sakura quite possibly may have killed herself here. And then, you know, put the chair... Well, I was going to say kill herself and then put the... No, that's not what I mean. I mean, she put the chair in front of the door and then killed herself. That's what I'm trying to say.
Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Because there's no way for someone to, you know, get the chair behind the door as they're going out. Sakura's the only one who could have done that.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
No, she can't have done.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
No. We've established this. Well, maybe not to you, actually. But we've established that can't be the case, because the locker was already open when we found the room.
And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The reason there's no way Toko's hiding in the locker is because... Well... I saw it for myself, yeah.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside.
And it was open.
And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
Well, obviously you don't know much genocide, but...
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much.
I love that expression where you do that. Where you're doing the sort of sweet girl expression. You know.
You're lying.
But you're still a serial killer.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
God.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, That means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
Oh, come on, everybody. Poison. Vomit around, blood around the mouth.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important? Well, yes. If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's blood around the mouth. I was doing a bit of hand-waving gesture then. Almost, not quite, but almost jazz hands. Yellow powder on the instep of the shoe. Monokuma file, blood around the mouth.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura?
Go on.
I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
That's a pretty easy one. Go on, we need to talk about the blood around the mouth.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
How? You said she bit the inside of her cheek or something?
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood.
Exactly, yes.
Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
Well, there you go.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
I don't know what you're suggesting, Genocide. I don't think she's what you're suggesting she is.
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
Oh, man, strong refutation.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Poison.
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Exactly.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
It's quite possible, actually.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Oh, she's getting angry.
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Oh, Byakuya. I do like you as a character.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
C9. That was the one that was on the A section of the shelf, wasn't it? C4 was the one that was broken on the floor. Was it broken? No, it was on the floor. I can't remember whether it was broken. I don't think it was, actually, now that I think about it.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison Byakuya just showed us. I'm sure I know where he got it. It was on the same shelf as all the supplements, I'm positive. Yeah, Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Sorry, just checking in case my phone was ringing again then. There's little bleeping sound effects in this music track sometimes, and I hear them and I get a bit confused. I'm thinking, wait, is that my phone going off?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Well, clearly someone moved it.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Someone interfered?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
Gosh, it is a cryptic one, this. I'm still leaning towards... I'm still thinking there is that possibility that Sakura's killed herself here, but obviously there's the whole thing. Obviously she got the powder on the instep of a shoe, but obviously Byakuya was saying he was up in the chem lab earlier, and he didn't see the powder on the floor before the incident, so how'd that get there afterwards? And of course there's the whole thing with the protein can on the floor, but with the glass shards under it. We've still got to clear up who's been messing around with the crime scene here, because that's the thing. Toko and Hiro obviously kind of sloped off. They didn't have anything to do with it, so I haven't seen any evidence that suggests it could be Byakuya, but maybe he should be questioned here. But there's also, I don't know. Aoi, I'm also wondering, have you had something to do with this? Have you been moving stuff around? Who knows? I have no idea.
I mean, this.
Oh. I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
Oh boy. We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. It should probably say was stand there, not is. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
That tastes awful.
It's not poison, is it? Someone switched it out.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Yeah. This would explain so much. Someone has been switching them around. I see.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Okay.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder.
So I'm guessing that what was on the floor then might have been the proper poison.
Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Did it end up on the floor? The bottle of poison was actually filled with protein powder, which would mean that conversely the poison must have been in, could it be the Chem C4 bottle? Perhaps. Oh, is it this thing again? Yeah, Hangman's Gambit. Let's do this. What's the word we're looking for here? The protein drink. Is that what we're saying here? T, give me a T. T, give me an E. Where's me E? No E. You're going to give me every letter. Oh, there it is. Oh, fuck, it's behind the K. Got it. Give me an N. N. There we are. Give me a D. That's a phrase, actually, come to think of it, that could be taken out of context. Don't any of you watching this out there frigging, you know, isolate that frigging one word, turn it into something that it's not.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched.
So what's with the bottle on the floor of the chem lab then?
So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
I don't know. We still need to discuss this powder on the instep of a shoe. Again, that and the thing with the chair in the right room door. We cannot discount this possibility that maybe she's actually killed herself. I don't know. Either that or someone switched it out beforehand. And she, ended up effectively taking the poison, either knowingly or unknowingly.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. A protein drink.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
The can on the floor, but how did the glass get under it?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
Okay.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
Oh?
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Talk about the footprints, maybe. The evidence that shows who switched them, it has to be. Must be what we found in front of the shelf. Oh, could it be footprints? Where are they? Yellow powder. Where is it? Footprints, there we go. Right at the bottom.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf.
Yep.
That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
Are we going to take measurements of everyone's feet now?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem.
Just thinking about the ordering again. Just going over what I'm thinking so far, just in case I've made something a bit wrong here. Obviously he's saying that the prints weren't there in the morning, but Sakura's body wasn't discovered until around noon, or cause of death wasn't, time of death rather, wasn't until around noon. Okay, right. I'm just going over in my head, making absolutely sure that that means, therefore, that someone's been switching the poisons around after the killing, not before it. I'm hoping that logic flows there, and that that's not... I don't know.
All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
Oh?
It was me.
Oh?
The footprints. They're mine.
What? Are you saying you swapped the poisons out?
Hina?
The poison... The poison... Cannot talk. The poison and the protein out. ...
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
But you're her best friend. Why would you do that to her?
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Okay, so how did you do the locked room thing then?
Just as I suspected.
No. There's loose ends here. It's far too early to be calling it.
The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Sneakers, the only people wearing sneakers here are... friggin', Hina and myself.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Measured his shoes, yeah. These footprints must be... Makoto, are they yours? No. Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you?
Ah. She was trying to hurry things along, yeah.
This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
Uh-oh. Oh god, am I going to lose another waifu? I hope not. There's still things we need to discuss here. Things we haven't, loose ends we've not tied up.
I can't believe it.
Come on, Kyoko, intervene here. You've got to have picked up on this, surely.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
Yes, there's that. But there's also a load of other stuff we've not discussed here. Come on, we need to get to that.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction.
No, that's not the point here. The point is, why would Aoi do it to her best friend? Why would she poison her? Why? What's the motive?
Hina used that trust to kill her.
But why?
She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme. ...
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
Yeah. Come on. We need to hear you, and then we need to discuss these other loose ends. I don't know about this. No. Unless there's something that's gonna, you know, something that's gonna reveal now, some new piece of evidence, but no, I'm really not sure if we can convict her at all on this.
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
What did?
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right?
But why would she do that? They're best friends. Come on, people.
That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
Come on, Byakuya. I said before that I like you as a character, but you're not asking the right questions here.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it!
Please, Kyoko, you've got to rescue this. This is going in a direction that I really am not sure about. And there's so many doubts over this. Come on. It can't be Hina. Because why?
I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind.
No, there's more, mate.
Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them.
He's been, you know, telling everyone, don't foist your kind of standards on other people, your kind of way, the ways you kind of see the world. But he's kind of doing that with us now. And I think he's probably going to find here that actually friendship probably does matter.
Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
Wrong. I'm sure there are probably plenty of instances of people doing it. In fact, you probably only need to look in everyday life to find examples of people being altruistic.
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
To save herself from what, exactly? There's no motive. Monokuma didn't give a motive or anything here. ...
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Come on, Kyoko. Show Byakuya some friggin' logic.
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Yeah, the locked room.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
I'm amazed that Byakuya, the person who actually has a bit of a brain, has overlooked this.
Well...
Very not like him, I would have thought. ...
That doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
Yes. We can't reach a vote until we've tied up all the loose ends.
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Because the possibility is that you don't know what the answer is, because you didn't do it.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
Well, there's a lot of outstanding questions, and there's no reason to secure a conviction just yet, mate. Come on.
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What
Exactly.
doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint?
Good question.
It's too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That raises an interesting possibility. That does raise a very interesting possibility.
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, how did you not notice? It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
As I suspected, there are holes in this. I really am leaning towards the thing about, you know, the thing about Sakura having possibly killed herself here, and that you've interfered with it afterwards. That's actually, yeah. It does make sense. I think Aoi could be the one who's messed around with the scene afterwards. Because, you know, the protein can on the floor. She was behind me and Kyoko when we were looking at Sakura's body. She could easily have done it then, could she not? It's possible. And there is that whole thing I was saying at the start of the episode, with the body announcement system. 3 students, at least, are required before the body discovery announcement. What we've heard in this trial suggests that me, Kyoko and Aoi were the discoverers. But if Aoi was the murderer, then surely the body discovery announcement wouldn't have played until someone else came into the room, like Hiro, Byakuya or Toko. Right? I'm assuming that's the case, that the murderer can't be, you know, one of the ones who discovers, quote-unquote, the body. I'm kind of going on that as well. I don't know if that's true, but I feel like it might be. It's just a bit of a vague suspicion at this point. Oh god, my voice nearly gave out then. ...
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
You've admitted it. Why aren't you telling us? See? You're just suspicious.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
If you're not going to answer them, why do we have any reason to believe what you're saying that, you know, you were the one responsible?
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit.
No, it's not clear.
There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them.
Right.
Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
I don't know about this. ...
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yes, and there are no footprints in front of Section C or B. So, if she spilled the powder first, there'd be footprints to show that.
Yeah.
But if that's true, yeah, then why are there no footprints? Isn't that a little strange? Yeah.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Okay, everything I said about liking you as a character, you're actually going down in my estimation now, Byakuya. How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case. Okay, let's do this. Footprints in the powder. I'm guessing it might well be that one. Or, yeah. Let's do this.
First I went to Section C.
Yep.
That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders.
Okay, it could have been the one before that we meant to
Once
shoot.
I was done switching them,
Possibly.
I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
Oh, shut the hell up, dude. In the chem lab, where were the footprints? Yes, exactly. Let's go back to where we were then.
First I went to Section, that's when I grabbed the, and you spilled some of the, yeah. When I, okay, and I moved from Section C to Section...
There we go. Knew it.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong, everybody.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
She went directly, she said. I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Ah, so now you're coming round, are you?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple.
See, I knew this story wasn't frigging coherent or viable.
If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious.
You just went
The
straight
powder
to
had
A.
already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A.
Okay.
So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
Oh.
What the hell? What's going on here?
Oh god, you're getting a bit stressed.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
Powder on the instep of Sakura's shoe.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
Oh,
New
okay.
evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me.
Ah.
I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Oh god. Is this the moment where he's going to be sort of taken down a peg or two? Is this Byakuya's character development coming right up here?
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle,
Ah, is that from the rec room door? Oh.
and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
It looks suspiciously like a piece of glass from the rec room window.
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then.
Was it me, or did she have a bit of a shit-eating, eat shit kind of tone in her voice then?
Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Of course, you palm it off on me.
Huh? Me? ...
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Shard of light blue glass Kyoko found in the bottle of poison. I think I remember now, I broke something this same shade of blue. Yeah, this thing.
I got it!
The rec room window.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
Right. Oh god. Again, my voice just broke a bit. Jesus.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question.
Yeah, it was done after the window was smashed.
How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
Indeed.
What's so strange about that?
Was it something to do with the protein can lying on top of the glass shards?
What's strange is that according to what Hina told us.
Where was it? The bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window. According to what Hina told us, it should be on section A, right?
I got it!
Yeah.
The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina?
Yeah. Oh god.
And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there.
Yes.
That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Because it was on top of the glass shards.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
Come on, dude. We're finally getting round to these loose ends. God, this trial has been going on a while.
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked?
Don't think too hard,
We
mate.
already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can.
Yeah, here we go.
After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
God, you're getting really stressed, mate.
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
Is he realising now that he's no better than the rest of us? The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. Let's do this. Source of the powder, empty protein drink, chem lab shelf. Probably the empty protein drink. That's the one I'm thinking will probably be the right bullet
When
here.
it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Fairly straightforward, that one.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Yep.
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Jesus, man.
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
First time we've ever seen you so kind of shaken up, mate.
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
Ah. So Aoi has been messing with the crime scene, I'm guessing. Based on the footprints and all that. So she's the one who switched the protein can and the bottle of poison.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison?
Suicide, mate?
I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
I knew it. I knew this had to be a possibility. Suicide.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
You tell him, Kyoko. Oh, he doesn't know what to say.
Then tell us already! Sorry. Please, tell us.
Wow. Do you just eat a slice of humble pie there, mate?
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing.
God. I wonder how many times I've said mate in this video so far. Jeez. God, I just looked up then into the corner of my room above my computer and I just saw a giant freaking dust-covered cobweb. I need to get the feather duster out at some point.
We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
Sakura, wasn't it? She's got powder on the instep of her shoe.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
I think it was Sakura. The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room. It had to have been...
I got it!
Sakura.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself?
Yep.
What are you talking about? There's no way!
Why not, Hina?
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying!
Oh, God.
Why? Why would you lie like that?
You really are determined to make us think it was you. Are you trying to basically bring us all down? For some reason? Odd. No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Poison on the instep of the shoe, possibly. Is it one of these? Yep, it is. Oh God, I hate these things. Okay.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it!
Shit.
Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong!
Ah. Shit.
I hate you!
Oh wow, why? Don't say that, waifu. Come on.
You're a liar!
Oh God.
What are you saying?
I'm missing a lot here.
Wrong! You're
Shit.
wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking!
God, this is fast.
You're
Shit.
a liar!
Go on,
Wrong.
missing.
You're wrong!
Okay, final strike. Yellow
Do
powder.
you have
Yes.
any kind of proof, Sakura?
This should prove it.
Oof. Jeez, those things make my heart race. They do.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
Seriously, I'm not joking. Gets my pulse going. They do. They're stressful. Ugh. Probably just me. Everyone else is probably like, what are you talking about, General? They're really easy. ...
It did?
Yep, it did.
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it?
So you probably lied about dropping the bottle as well, did you?
So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how
Okay.
she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because her!
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. Connection between Sakura and the poison. The unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. It was Sakura. It's suicide. Come on. Where is she? Where are you at? Big lady. Of course you're probably practically the last one, are you? Find.
Here's my answer.
As I'm going around the room there, I mean...
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Shock horror.
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
That was sarcasm, by the way, everybody. Come on. God, some of these characters are just dense.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because she put the chair there. Because, of course, Sakura wanted to create it.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you?
Oh, God.
When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door.
Yeah, I mentioned this before. It's the exact screen. We were both looking at the body, she was just in the background. She had the perfect opportunity to meddle around.
Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
Have to go get them. Have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. Yeah.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because if she was not going to do that, then why would she go and get everyone else? Surely, as Sakura's best friend, she'd stay by the body. At least that would make
Once you
sense
were
to
at
me.
the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
Yes.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Oh, Ogre! Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed. I see. Yes.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. ... Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body.
Yes, exactly.
The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that. ...
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
And it worked. Well, certainly in your view, you were taken in by it, Byakuya. Mr. Clever Clogs. Maybe not as clever as you make out, are you? ...
No! No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
Wow, you're still sticking to it?
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right.
Yep, we have to do the case closing argument thingy, Bobber.
We have to end this properly.
My favourite bit, which I always mess up a bit. Closing argument begin. Okay, let's look at this carefully. Okay, so she's giving the notes to everyone, so if we have one down here of Byakuya getting a note... let's see now. Oh no, is the one of Byakuya getting a note? Oh yes. Here. There we go. Oh god, jeez. Now she goes in there. Is she going to hide in the locker? Let me see now. Which one? There's two here that could be Toko hiding. It's either that one or that one. Is it this one? No, I think it might be this one. Possibly. And in he comes. Sakura gives him the candy. And suddenly he's shocked. It's probably him smashing a bottle over her head. Oh, hang on, there's two possible things here. That one probably goes there. Let me see now. Ah, that's probably there. Alright. Oh, no, wait, no. No, hang on, that's a queen one. Maybe it's that one, actually. And he flees. She saw that. So she comes out. She reads that. Puts it back in there. What will come next? Upside down. Like that. So Sakura wakes up, and that happens. She turns into Genocide Jack, obviously. And she swings the one with the queen, which is this one. There we go. Alright, we're getting there. Act 5. So she's woken up. She drinks the poison. C9. Keme 2. Hang on, let me just look over here. And this is where we find her. And this is, let's see now. That one probably goes there. And then that one probably goes in there. Right, I think. So if we go back to here, let's hope this is right, everybody. Let's do it.
The killer is you! This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, She watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
Oh my god, I actually did that first time.
That's the full truth of the case.
So see, if you just take your time with it, you can get it. Jesus.
Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right? ...
That's what happened?
Yeah, so all this thing you were saying about friendship not mattering, kinda wrong, mate.
But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated.
You tell him, Kyoko.
That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Yeah, you've been told. ... Oh boy. Court results. Oh man, God. What have we been recording for? Something like 2 hours? Look at that. A grade. How many monocoins? Or do I have to press a button? Oh, there we go. 99. Sweet. I'll get me a few more gifts from the shop.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point.
God, that trial went on forever. Went around in quite a few circles as well. Good lord.
Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Boy, did some of those characters just show themselves to be tense as hell.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Same old dialogue.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Time to vote. It's clearly Sakura. So in that case, will there... Oh, well, it means there'll be obviously no execution then. Because she's already dead. So we're going to have to deny Monokuma some fun, eh? That's a shame, but whatever. Those scenes were always grimly exciting. Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because... That's exactly what I wanted. Oh boy. Yep, Kyoko said before, I think. Was it Kyoko? Yeah, I think it was. This raises some interesting possibilities. It certainly does. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die!
Oh, Jesus. I can't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean? You were gonna take us all with you? It's a pretty deep line for you, that, Hina. We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
What?
For serious, that's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realise just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Oh. Is this... What's this? Ah, is this a note left by Sakura? Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. Oh dear. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault, after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me.
I can't forgive this!
My closest friend got hurt. Sakura,
I...
because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Oh boy. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked them to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about what? God, Sakura's voice is already doing my throat in. Oh, God. ... Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina.
Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura. Oh dear. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... Oh dear. You trampled all over her feelings. And then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you'd pushed her.
Huh?
What happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favour?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to... Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realised. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Oh dear. Sakura,
Please!
open the door. ...
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. She got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness, that's normal. And yet, I'm kind of cutting off her sobs a bit.
Why?
You all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it, and that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realise it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey! Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but...
Hey!
It's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed!
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this? Oh. Last Testament, Sakura Ogami. God, this episode's going to go on for a while, but I feel like it's not the logical point to wrap it up yet.
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad!
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true!
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room. Oh boy, he interfered with everything. Well, not everything. You know what I mean. He interfered with this. What? Then... You... lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. I didn't... it didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little...
Damn it!
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything.
Pung!
Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around.
Phew!
Heck, even the will had factored in. Oh, right, see, I said that wrong. Even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys.
Sing!
So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in the real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice. Which I'm kind of already doing right now.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you killed yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, geez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Ahem. Maybe I should actually read this in Sakura's voice. It makes sense. Because my throat isn't already knackered enough. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it.
So basically she was being forced to be the mastermind spy. Oh dear. It's actually kind of sad, this one. Like I've been saying in previous episodes, Sakura has proved herself actually to be one of the more reliable characters in this. Well, apart from Kyoko, of course.
That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive. I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. Oh god, my voice. Just hold out a little bit longer. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that I decided to reveal her a secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic. Oh dear.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life. God, it's kind of emotional, this. And Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible. ... Yeah.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. God, my voice! Please tell me this Sakura dialogue's ending soon. This is the only way I've left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
Oh dear. Oh man. Oh god. There's actually kind of an emotional impact here. Sakura. Oh boy. Well, that trial just going around in circles. Good god. What a horrible end for her. This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close, and still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was, like, totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well,
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either.
Ooh.
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go.
How strange.
But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew!
Ah, lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game. Oh boy. Character development coming right up.
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What?
What's going on here? Now I've only one thing to look forward to,
It's all clear now.
and that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. But wherever Master goes, I go. And if the Masterminder turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still going to be the one having the fun time. Go stumble over the words a bit then.
what the heck?
The fun time? Let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time? Who's he going to punish? Sakura's dead.
What?
Oh wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And then she's a dead. You're not gonna...
But...
Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh heavens no! Just because the Blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you I'm very particular about the bare times one rule?
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste.
Yoo-hoo!
Oh god. So for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. What? Oh wait, oh Jesus. I actually said it in his voice then. I meant what? A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Wait, who is he? Who's he punishing? What? What? Oh, you son of a bitch! He's killing the computer. The AI. Oh god. Oh dear god. Oh, don't do that music. You frigging asshole. Oh god damn it, my phone is ringing. This is not the time for the phone to ring. Oh dear god. Jesus, dude. You fucking git. Oh. Oh, don't do the little music box music. Oh man. Actually got to me kinda, that did. You suck, man! You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk! Phew, that really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at, and I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The colour, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at. Oh dear.
No.
I realise how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this.
But
I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
still,
when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay.
I'm gonna do my best.
If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you? That was my friend! How dare you kill him?
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up. Oh wait, wrong voice. That's me talking, Makoto. Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, like even laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No, I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you using it to analyse data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean the data in that laptop. It was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you.
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward, in honour of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better.
Very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're super mad! Like, just unreasonably upset!
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that...
Uh-huh.
I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
There's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Oh god. Oh, my voice is really packing in. I hope we can wrap this episode up soon. Let's try and keep going till, we get out of the trial room. Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go.
Hello.
Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. Damn it, I need to do more Sakura voice. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What? A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing. Which is... the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is...
Yeah!
Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word, and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid! Is to get back at you, all of you, for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's note. Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it. But...
Too bad.
sucks for you, loser! Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard, no matter what. And that's seriously it. Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you. Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead muzzlehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, and maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Oh man, those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was all that about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of this school. The mastermind did something to us? Is it hinting at... I don't know, I'm just thinking, in reference to, obviously, like, the photos that Makoto's been finding here and there, the hints that something is going on, that maybe... I mean, I've raised the possibility that there's some kind of amnesia memory game going on. Is this what Sakura could be referring to? I don't know. Just speculating. Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over. Yes.
You.
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? Yes. The mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? Oh boy. I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? It's a bit random. If we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off. The bomb explodes. You're speculating like crazy, Makoto. That's not it, I'm pretty sure. I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. Oh boy. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. Can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
But...
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get out of here. But I Hina must still feel responsible. Don't about that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat. He says, she pretty much took him in.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. ... Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologise? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologising to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then I'll try. Although that totally wasn't normal, right? Did you just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master.
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball, because you are, sleazeball.
I see.
Apparently you still have a death wish. Oh, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Hey, stop fighting with Master, you're making me jealous. I want to abuse the abuse given me to... I can't... I want the abuse... Oh, fuck me, I can't say that. Me! Whatever. I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. Oh god, are we finally out of that trial? Jeez, that's got to have been the longest trial by far. Oh man, and so Sakura's class trial came to an end and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms and before long, night snuck up on us. Whew! Oh boy! Oh! Oops, wrong button. Nope, this one. That's one. Okay! Man, we are ending that episode there. Boy, that's got to be what? 2.5 hours, roughly? Jesus, it's got to be the longest episode by far. Unless the second trial episode, that might be the closest. Who knows? Man, there we go. Sakura's trial over. Suicide, as we, suspected. We'd raised that possibility. Turned out it was right, yes. And Byakuya has had a bit of, a moment there where he's had to kind of develop as a character. So maybe his personality will change a bit. Who knows? But also, Chihiro's AI is now dead. Alter ego. That sucks, man. Oh boy. I was wondering genuinely who he was actually going to kill there in that punishment time. Because, I was like, well, who else would he kill if he's not going to be the student? I forgot about the AI, of course. Kind of sucks, because I think that all the hints were that whilst it might have been an AI, it does have feelings. Oh boy. So there we go, everybody. Sakura left her suicide note for Hina, and she mentioned that the mastermind has definitely done something to all of the students. So yes, I'm wondering if what she's referring to is some kind of amnesia thing going on. Because that's why I'm suspecting with all these photos that Makoto's been finding. I say all these photographs, there's literally only been 2 of them, but you know what I mean. So yeah. Oh, there we go. So I hope you all join me for episode 26, everybody. If you're not doing so already, you can follow me on my Facebook and Twitter pages, links in the video description as usual. You can all go and sign up to those to stay up to date with my videos as of when I upload them. It's a good way of doing so, obviously, if you don't have a YouTube account and therefore don't have subscription notifications. But, as usual, I'm going to leave you now with some historical words of wisdom, rather. This comes from Winston Churchill, who we've had before. And he is once thought, or rather, to have said something like this. Men occasionally stumble on the truth, but most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing had happened. So with that in mind, this is General Red, signing off and hoping you all join me for episode 26. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, got him. Shit, get off the edge. Oh, no, go. Get out of here, get out. No, I'm gonna die. Ah! That's that monstrosity finished off. Get over there. See ya. Oh shit, no. Oh, fuck. I did not mean to do that. Oh, please don't tell me I have to kill it again now. Shit! Got to stop it. Yeah. Oh lord. No. Holy crap. This area's horrible. Oh my god, I'm being shot to fucking pieces. Ah! Oh my, what the fuck? Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Whoa, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Fucking hell. Bloody hell, that did like 1 million damage. This better not be a... Whoa! Shit! No! Oh my fucking god! How many? What?